After my parents divorced, my hypocritical younger sister, who pretended to be a saint, found out that Dad had hooked up with the princess of Manhattan's elite social circle. She wanted to become a socialite in Manhattan. So she wiped away tears and said to me, "Sister, Dad gets violent when he's drunk. Let me take your place and suffer for you." After saying that, she broke free from Mom's embrace and walked toward Dad, glancing back at me with each step. I quietly held Mom's hand. In my previous life, my sister had secretly read Mom's diary and discovered that Ellie was the head of a top-tier elite family in the Upper East Side. To gain influence and power in that circle, she had insisted on following Mom, claiming she wanted to take care of her. She never imagined that my mother had not returned to the wealthy family, working as a cleaner during the day and selling grilled sausages at night to raise her alone. To make it easier for her to go to school, my mother rented a one-bedroom apartment for 8,000 yuan a month, which was in terrible condition, meaning she couldn't buy new dresses every day. She harbored resentment. As for me, because my father was a notorious deadbeat in Manhattan's elite social circle, I lived a life of luxury and opulence. With access to top-notch resources, I not only became the top science student in the college entrance exam but also the world's #1 genius race car driver and figure skater. My sister envied me to the point of obsession. When I returned to China for a friendly competition, she stabbed me 7 times in public while I was exhausted after the race. When I opened my eyes again, I had been reborn on the day my parents divorced. Seeing my sister's completely different choices from her previous life, I knew she had also been reborn. At just 6 years old, she was playing the role of a saint while smugly watching me, as if to say, "This time, I've won." But she didn't know that she had chosen a life worse than that of a dog or a pig. I lowered my head to hide my hatred. Then I heard Lu Fengchang ask, "Xiao Sheng, will you come with me?" Lu Fengchang actually preferred me. Like Lu Sheng, he had pursued my mother because he was attracted to her status as the princess of the elite circle in the Eastern District. He wanted to be a wealthy son-in-law. Unfortunately, Ellie had keen eyes and saw through his low character, refusing to allow my mother to marry him. When my mother hesitated between family and love, Lu Fengchang got her pregnant and took her far away, thinking Ellie would give in. But Lu Fengchang was disappointed. After confirming that Ellie wouldn't acknowledge my mother, Lu Fengchang began cheating on her. He pretended to be a carefree painter, flirting with wealthy young women everywhere. This time, he chose to divorce because he had hooked up with my stepmother from my previous life, Victoria. As a princess of Manhattan's elite social circle, Victoria was the center of attention, living a carefree life. However, she couldn't escape her destiny, an arranged marriage. After discovering she was infertile, she became an outcast in her family. During her period of neglect, she seemed to be playing with one male model after another. But in reality, she was using schemes to gradually take over the family business. Now in her 30s, with her empire secured, she wants to marry a man with a daughter. Lu Fengchang didn't hesitate to pit me against Lu Sheng in the competition. After being screened by Victoria's expert team, I was deemed more suitable to be her heir. In my previous life, I was unaware of Lu Fengchang's schemes and followed him obediently. Upon arriving at the Chui family, Victoria threw me into a crocodile pit. "Xiao Di, if you want to be my daughter, you must learn to survive. The crocodiles will be released in 3 hours. Prepare yourself." "No." I struggled in the water, screaming in fear. "Don't let the crocodiles eat me." The dignified lady spoke gently. "Xiao Di, you have to survive on your own." I cried out to Lu Fengchang, who was hiding behind Victoria. "Daddy, hurry. Save me." Lu Fengchang ignored my fear and spoke for her. "Xiao Di, your mother is right. You must obey. For your father's sake, you must survive the crocodile's jaws." I cried out. "She's not my mother." Victoria bent down slightly, lifting my face. "Lu Di, if you want me to have a mother's heart for you, you must completely forget Sun Min. Be a good girl. Pass the test." And you can take the surname Cui. I didn't respond but instinctively bit her wrist hard. Lu Fengchang knelt down urgently, prying my mouth open forcefully. Lu Di. You little wolf cub. Let go. Victoria remained calm. Lu Di. Even if you bite through my hand, the crocodile will appear behind you in 160 minutes. Those words made me realize I was powerless to change my fate. After letting go of her, I swam to the iron cage, suppressing my fear, and studied the crocodile lurking in the water in my surroundings. I had to survive. After 3 days of outwitting the crocodile, Victoria killed it, gave me no chance to catch my breath, and locked me back in the dog cage, forcing me to eat raw meat. Her taming of me never ceased. As I grew older, I became sufficiently accomplished. In public, she needed me to maintain appearances, so she would be consistently gentle with me. However, if I failed to meet her expectations, she would find ways to punish and torment me. Therefore, despite being hailed as a genius by others, my heart was twisted. Lu Sheng didn't kill me, but sooner or later, I would end up dying with Victoria. Since I've been reborn, I naturally want to fulfill Lu Sheng's wish and let her go serve Victoria as a dog. I want to stay by my mother's side and heal myself. Lu Sheng feared missing the chance to rewrite her fate, so she clung to Lu Fengcheng's leg and nodded vigorously. Dad. I want to go with you. I want to accompany you and take care of you. Lu Fengcheng hesitated. Just then, my mother knelt down on one knee, looked me in the eye, and asked gently, Xiao Di, what about you? Do you want to go with Mom or Dad? I answered without hesitation, Mom. Although my mother couldn't bear to part with Lu Sheng, she couldn't bear to hurt me. Moved by my firm choice, she embraced me and promised earnestly. She hugged me tightly and made a solemn promise, Xiao Di. I will make sure you grow up healthy and happy. I also spoke from the bottom of my heart, I will always stay by Mom's side. In my previous life, Mom gave Lu Sheng all her maternal love, but he didn't cherish it. In this life, I will cherish it dearly. Lu Fengcheng suddenly shouted. Sun Min. I haven't agreed yet. How dare you decide to take Lu Di away? Mom ignored him, soothing me in a low voice and telling me to take Lu Sheng to their room to pack their belongings. I obediently nodded. Then I walked over to Lu Sheng, took her hand, and tried to speak in the voice of a 7-year-old. Xiao Sheng. Let's go upstairs with your sister. The innocent face of a 6-year-old flashed an expression of anger unbecoming her age. She thought she was hiding it well, but she nodded half-heartedly. I hid my hatred for her, holding her hand as we climbed the stairs, thinking of a way to escape. After a few steps, she pushed me. In a split second, I came up with a plan. So I went with the force of her push and fell backward, deliberately letting my forehead hit the sharp edge of the banister. Unfortunately, a 7-year-old's body isn't as mature as my mind. After falling completely, the pain all over my body made me cry out loud. Lu Sheng ran over to me, wiping away her tears and pretending to cry, Sister, how did you fall? Wah. I'm so scared. Mom immediately called 120. Lu Fengcheng, however, shouted at me angrily. Lu Di, how dare you fall like that? What about the scar? Victoria was an extreme perfectionist. She treated her adopted daughter as a piece of work to show off to others. So naturally she wouldn't allow any scars. Seeing Lu Fengcheng panicking, I knew I had narrowly escaped a disaster. Mom scolded Lu Fengcheng. Lu Fengcheng, what are you yelling about? Get out. Little Di is with me, don't you dare order her around. Lu Fengcheng dared not reveal his true intentions, fearing he might lose even Lu Sheng. He could only stall for time. Since Lu Di is injured, let's treat her first. We'll discuss the matter of the children after she's discharged. My mother, worried about my injuries, didn't bother arguing with him, all right. Lu Fengcheng pretended to go out for a smoke but actually called Victoria. Lu Sheng knew the situation was settled. She tugged at her mother's sleeve and said innocently, Mom, my sister was dancing on the stairs and fell down. almost tripping me. Mom? Once my sister is better, you have to. Mom cut her off. Go sit over there for a while. Lu Fengcheng, having received Victoria's instructions, immediately changed his expression. Sun Min, I've decided. I'll take Lu Sheng with me. You take care of Lu Di. From now on, unless it's absolutely necessary, we won't contact each other anymore. Mom was decisive, all right. Just like in a previous life, Mom and Lu Fengcheng decided to sell their wedding home, with Mom taking 800,000 yuan in cash up front. Lu Fengcheng, backed by Victoria, handed over the money without hesitation. During my hospitalization, Lu Fengcheng rushed to New York's Manhattan district with Lu Sheng to hand him over to Victoria for inspection. I eagerly awaited their fate. After I was discharged, Mom also left the place of her sorrow and chose to live in Bellevue, Seattle. She continued working as a cleaner during the day and selling grilled sausages at night to support my education and raise me. I never looked down on her work but instead did my best to help her. In my previous life, the only benefit Victoria's conditioning brought me was making me outstanding. My mother's love healed me, and I went from resisting memories to gradually showing the intelligence I had in my previous life. I got into Ludi, and the school gave me a 100,000 yuan scholarship. My mother cried. She asked me cautiously, Xiao Di, is my job not very respectable? If you become the top student in the college entrance exam one day, and so many journalists interview you, will you tell them your mother was a cleaner? I reassured her. Of course. I'll tell the whole world how hard you worked to raise me. Without you, I wouldn't be here. My mother choked up. Xiao Di, you're my pride and joy. With some savings, my mom decided to open a roast duck restaurant on my suggestion. I was on summer break, so I helped out at the store. For the first 3 days, everything was 10% off, and the store was bustling with customers. On the 4th day, the discount ended, and the store became much quieter. I had just finished preparing the dishes when I saw Lu Fengcheng and his daughter walk in. Suddenly, Lu Fengcheng, dressed in a suit, and Lu Sheng, wearing a flowing dress, appeared in the shop. I rushed over and blocked them. What do you want? Lu Sheng adjusted her skirt and looked down on me. Lu Di, what are you pretending to be so high and mighty? Do you know that your mother has worked her whole life running this shop and couldn't even afford a single brooch for me? Lu Sheng clearly seemed very comfortable and enjoyed her lavish lifestyle. With her intelligence, even if she were reborn, she probably wouldn't pass Victoria's rigorous, almost sadistic tests. How did she manage it? Just then, Lu Fengcheng whispered to Lu Sheng, don't forget the main reason we're here. Don't make your mother unhappy. He then smiled at me and said, Xiao Di, I'm your father. Your mother runs a shop. So I brought Xiao Sheng to support her. We haven't seen each other in years. I interrupted him. My mother and I are doing just fine. I don't want to see you. Please leave. Lu Sheng shouted angrily. Lu Di, don't you dare act like that. I shouted back. Get out. Lu Fengcheng stepped between me and Lu Sheng to calm me down. Xiao Di, don't take it personally. It's like this, your mother Ning, she invited you to her house. She really likes you. Victoria was actually willing to tolerate the scar on my forehead just to trick me into going to the Chui family. How much worse must Lu Sheng be? Then why does she keep her? Stop thinking like that. Lu Di, your mother wants you to go to her house, it's your good fortune. I replied coldly. I only have one mother. Her name is Sun Min. I don't have a father or a sister. Lu Fengcheng stammered. Xiao Di, think it over again? You're Ningxi's mother. No. Auntie. Really admires you. I refused. No consideration. I'm not going. Lu Fengcheng lost his temper. Don't think you're special just because you're Ludi. The Chui family is as wealthy as a country. Besides today, when else in your life will you have such an opportunity to climb the social ladder? I remained unmoved. I can't climb that high. Lu Sheng flew into a rage. Dad, don't take Lu Di back. She's just Ludi. There are plenty of others like her in the country. Mom can easily find someone more cooperative to sponsor and nurture properly. Lu Di is working now and can't focus on her studies. Plus, she's so arrogant. In 3 years, she'll never do as well as me on the college entrance exam. Lu Fengcheng spat at me, you ungrateful brat. He turned to Lu Sheng and said, let's go ask your mother first. The two left, and I turned around to see my mother sitting on the chair, staring blankly, tears streaming down her face. Xiao Di. It's Mom who's let you down. Actually, she must have wanted to confess about Ellie. But there must be something else between her and Ellie that I don't know. Because over the past 8 years, during the hardest times, she borrowed money everywhere, worked 4 jobs a day while starving, and never once thought to contact Ellie. I didn't want to force her. I interrupted her, Mom. Don't be sad. I will always remember your kindness in raising me. I will stay by your side. And once I make something of myself, I will only repay you. She hesitated, then finally said with a trembling voice, Xiao Di. Thank you. My mother gathered her strength and continued working. I pretended nothing had happened and continued helping with the dishes and serving customers. In the evening, as closing time approached, only a few tables of customers remained. Finally able to catch my breath, I sat down on a chair and massaged my waist. Suddenly, I saw Lu Sheng storm in with 22 bodyguards. I rushed over, what are you doing here? Get out. Before I could finish speaking, 2 bodyguards quickly grabbed me and dragged me aside. Lu Sheng kicked over a table, and the loud crash of the table hitting the ground and the shattered bowls and chopsticks startled all the customers, who turned to look at her. She shouted arrogantly, anyone who wants to live, get out of here. Don't ever set foot in this place again. The customers had never seen her like this before. They all fled in panic. In my previous life, I had witnessed Lu Sheng's madness. I was afraid she would hurt my mother. I calmed down, Lu Sheng. There are surveillance cameras in the store, and the footage is uploaded in real time to my phone at home. If I call the police, you'll go to jail. Lu Sheng snorted coldly, thanks for reminding me. I'll avoid the cameras. There are many cameras here, including some hidden ones. You won't be able to find them all. I looked at the bodyguards standing in a row. She's protected by the Chui family. She doesn't fear breaking the law. What about you? Upon hearing this, Lu Sheng grabbed a chair and threw it at me with all her strength. Shut the hell up. You're afraid I'll hurt your poor mother, aren't you? If you come with me to Manhattan in New York today, no one here will see a drop of blood. Under the bodyguard's restraint, I struggled to dodge the chair. But my resolve was firm, I won't go. While we were struggling, I had already secretly called the police. As long as I could delay Lu Sheng for a few more minutes. Suddenly, a tall bodyguard emerged from behind the clutter, lifting my mother, whose hands and feet were bound and her mouth and nose covered, and casually threw her to the ground. As she hit the ground, my mother was in excruciating pain. But when she saw my gaze, she smiled gently and shook her head, indicating she was okay. Mom. I struggled to break free from the 2 bodyguards and rushed toward my mother. The 2 bodyguards quickly caught up with me, grabbed me, and 4 more bodyguards appeared, surrounding me. Almost simultaneously, they kicked at various parts of my body. Ignoring the pain, I shouted at Lu Sheng. Lu Sheng. Don't hurt our mother. Lu Sheng picked up a dagger and, with the bodyguard's assistance, used one hand to choke my mother's neck. My mother is Victoria. Lu Di. Listen carefully. If you refuse me again, I'll make Sun Min wish she were dead. Do you want me to disfigure her first? You dare. Lu Sheng sneered, pressing the knife blade against my mother's right cheek. Try it? I was desperate. No. Lu Sheng smiled, then come back to the Chui family with me and be a good adopted daughter to your mother. Hearing this, my mother shook her head violently, ignoring the cuts on her face, trying to stop me. But I decided to agree. Suddenly, the sound of high heels interrupted me. I looked up to see an elderly woman with gray temples and an overwhelming aura. It was Ellie. I recognized her immediately. Ellie scanned the room and ordered Lu Sheng. You beast. Let her go. Lu Sheng knew better than anyone that Ellie was the head of a top-tier aristocratic family in the Upper East Side elite circle. In the presence of an absolute powerhouse, she was nothing but a coward. She trembled as she released my mother. Ellie immediately embraced my mother, running her fingers over her right cheek. Xiao Min. You're injured. My mother let out a few sobs, urgently guiding Ellie's gaze toward me. Ellie looked sternly at the bodyguards. Lu Sheng's knees went weak, and the bodyguards who obeyed her orders dared not resist. Releasing me. Free at last. I hurriedly stood up, stumbling toward my mother and tearing off the tape covering her mouth. Mom? Are you okay? My mother shook her head. Ellie coldly scolded my mother, Sun Min. Look at the daughter you've raised. You've killed your own mother. It was as if the person who had just been so gentle and caring toward my mother wasn't her at all. My mother's lips trembled, but she eventually broke down in tears and pleaded. Mom? Lu Sheng was led astray. Xiao Di has always been so understanding since she was a child. She's always been my pride and joy. She'll be your pride and joy too. My mother said this to get Ellie to back me up and prevent Victoria from keeping an eye on me. Lu Sheng finally overcame her physical fear of Ellie and ordered the 22 bodyguards again, surround them all. Today, I must take Lu Di to see Mom. I used my body to block Mom and Ellie. Lu Sheng. Let them all come at me. Don't lay a finger on Mom and Ellie. Lu Sheng curled her lips into a twisted smile. Why should I listen to you? Just as the situation was about to escalate, 2 officers burst through the door. Within minutes, they had the situation under control. Mom's cheek was injured, and she was still in shock. Ellie was allowed to take her to the hospital. Lu Sheng and the 20 bodyguards, along with me and the store staff, were all taken to the police station to cooperate with the investigation. At the police station, Lu Sheng foolishly showed off his intelligence, shouting, My mom is Victoria. I dare anyone to touch me. Don't you dare try to pull this on me. I refuse to cooperate. I need to accompany my mom to a high society gala tonight. Don't you dare bother me with this nonsense. I couldn't help but mock him. I think you should get your head checked. Hearing this, Lu Sheng flew into a rage. Struggling violently, Lu Di. What the hell did you say? Do you think I won't beat you to death? Officer Sun, who was restraining her, warned me. Lu Di. Don't provoke her. Officer Sun probably also noticed Lu Sheng's abnormal behavior. She was quick to anger and easily provoked. Over the years, what she had given to Victoria was probably more than just obedience. Beneath her arrogant and domineering exterior, there was likely nothing left but a broken, filthy, and twisted heart. I remained silent. Lu Sheng sensitively questioned Officer Sun. What do you mean? Officer Sun said seriously. You are already 14 years old. You must take criminal responsibility for your crimes. Lu Sheng reacted violently again, ranting wildly. You're lying. My mother is Victoria. I'm about to take her surname. I don't need to take any responsibility. Officer Sun said. Give me her contact information. Lu Sheng laughed coldly. I'll give it to you right now. Just wait for her to come and take me away. Officer Sun put the phone on speaker and called Victoria directly. Are you Victoria Cui? The mother of Lu Sheng? She is suspected of participating in a mass brawl and is refusing to cooperate with the investigation. Please come to the police station. Victoria spoke gently yet coldly. She is the daughter my husband brought home. She is not my daughter. She hadn't acknowledged Lu Sheng, and she didn't try to cover for her in front of others. I wasn't surprised. Lu Sheng broke down. Why did you steal my mother's phone number? Why are you framing me for gathering a crowd to fight? After shouting, she looked urgently at her phone. Mom, I didn't do anything wrong. You don't need to come. I'll take Lu Di home. Don't be disappointed in me. Mom, give me another chance. Lu Sheng, be quiet. One sentence instantly silenced Lu Sheng. After Victoria hung up, Lu Sheng knelt on the ground, trembling all over and muttering to herself. Clearly not in her right mind. Less than half an hour later, Victoria appeared. She must have been in the Bellevue area of Seattle, waiting for good news from Lu Fengcheng and Lu Sheng. Or perhaps she simply didn't trust their abilities. Upon Victoria's arrival, Lu Sheng, who had been in a daze, acted like a young animal recognizing its mother, crawling on his knees to her side, both reverent and afraid. "Mom, you don't need to come. Lu Di lied to you. I'll handle everything." The beautiful and elegant woman remained cold and indifferent. "Be quiet." "Yes." Lu Sheng transformed into a loyal dog. During her dark, dormant period, Victoria had devised countless methods to tame him. In my previous life, I endured it. But it left me with significant psychological scars. Lu Sheng, who had fully inherited Lu Fengcheng's hedonistic genes, would only become her tool. Officer Sun observed the interaction between the mother and daughter and furrowed his brows slightly. Victoria took the initiative to inquire about the case. Officer Sun questioned Lu Sheng in front of Victoria. This time, Lu Sheng not only cooperated but also spoke the truth. Afterward, Victoria wanted to take Lu Sheng away early. Officer Sun refused. She remained composed. "Your surname is Wang, right? I have a special relationship with him. Could you make an exception?" "Officer Sun, Miss Chui. Watch your words." She pulled out her phone again. "Officer, do you want me to call Wang Yan? Have him issue the order personally?" Officer Sun frowned, unsure of what he was hesitating about. Just then, Ellie made another forceful appearance. "Call him. I want to see. How is your relationship with Wang Yan more than just casual? How come I didn't know my student was having an affair while married?" Victoria recognized Ellie's face, and the nearly flawless features showed a crack. "How could it be you?" Ellie's aura overwhelmed her. "What? Don't you remember me? When your father begged me on his knees, I saw you were young and gave you a seat. I'm still Wang Yan's mentor. If Wang Yan has moral failings, I'll expel him from my discipleship." Victoria felt humiliated but quickly regained her composure. "It's not necessary." She turned to Lu Sheng and ordered, "Stay here. I'll take you with me once I've completed the bail procedures." As she turned to leave, Ellie called out to her. She turned back with a faint smile. "Is there something else?" Ellie spoke with full authority again. "I'm informing you that I will sue Lu Sheng for assault, attempted kidnapping, and attempted murder. I will make sure she receives the harshest punishment." Victoria instinctively shouted, "No." This time, she completely lost her composure. Victoria feared Ellie's status and could not change her decision. Lu Sheng, having received Victoria's hint, knelt before Ellie, weeping and playing the victim. But it was all in vain. In the end, the impartial Officer Sun took Lu Sheng away. Victoria followed behind, trying to calm Lu Sheng down and promising to find her a lawyer. I was still watching the scene unfold when Ellie suddenly called out to me. "Lu Di, let's go home." I nodded obediently. After Ellie led me into her luxury car, she asked me, "Did you already know my identity? Why didn't you come find me?" Lu Sheng secretly wrote me letters. "I don't covet wealth that doesn't belong to me. My mother raised me with great difficulty. I accept everything she's given me and will do my best to repay her with the best I can." Ellie sighed softly. "You're truly a good child. Unlike your mother, who's so stubborn, she'd rather suffer for a scoundrel." I hurriedly said, "Ellie, my mother has realized her mistake. Over the years, she's often taken out your photos in the middle of the night to look at them, without confiding in anyone. Just crying. She was just afraid to face you. This time, my mother has apologized to you for me and Lu Sheng. Please don't hold a grudge against her anymore. Okay?" Ellie's eyes welled up with tears. "How can I not? Xiao Di. I haven't been angry with her for a long time." On the way back, Ellie told me a lot about Mom. The main reason for the rift between Ellie and Mom was that Ellie accidentally gave birth to Mom and didn't know how to be a mother. So she handed Mom over to a nanny. Ellie had just finished her postpartum period and immediately returned to her research. Continuing for 20 years. It could be said that Mom's upbringing was completely absent from Ellie's life. After her grandfather, who had been helping Ellie manage the family business, passed away, Mom became rebellious. The more Ellie opposed something, the more she wanted to do it. At the time, Ellie had just taken over the entire family business and was overwhelmed. Which is when Lu Fengcheng took advantage of the situation. After she finished pouring out her heart, I asked the question that had been on my mind, Ellie, why did you show up so promptly tonight? Ellie replied, I never intended for your mother to die. After she left, I had people watching her, waiting for her to give in. I've also been keeping an eye on you and Lu Sheng's growth. I'm truly satisfied with you. In fact, you have the potential to be the next family head. This time, I happened to be in Manhattan, New York, for an event. My subordinates reported that your mother was in danger. So I naturally rushed over. So that's how it was. Lu Sheng never underwent Ellie's evaluation in either of his lifetimes. As for my tragedy, it was probably because, in my previous life, I was trapped in the Cui family and wasn't worth Ellie's effort to oppose them. By the time she realized my value, it was already too late. I don't harbor any resentment toward Ellie. Not in either of my lifetimes. But I also don't feel much affection for her. Upon returning to the large villa Ellie had purchased in Manhattan, New York, and learning that my mother was unharmed, my heart finally settled. Unfortunately, since Lu Sheng had just turned 14, Victoria provided a diagnosis of schizophrenia. So she wasn't sentenced to prison but sent to a mental hospital instead. Victoria arranged things so that she could still attend high school. While Lu Sheng was in the mental hospital, I used Ellie's influence to investigate her past. She was a complete failure, she couldn't study. She had no talents. And she couldn't handle pressure. The only thing she was good at was playing the piano. However, because she was afraid of Victoria's punishment, she instinctively dodged, causing injuries to her hands. Even though they healed on the surface, she could no longer play the piano well. During that time, Victoria decided to expel Lu Fengcheng and Lu Sheng. They refused to leave. Victoria did not use force. They lived in a cramped servants' quarters, enduring the servants' insults, and even had to flatter the servants just to soften Victoria's heart. Over the years, Victoria not only tamed Lu Sheng but also turned Lu Fengcheng into a useless person who couldn't even take care of himself. Later, Victoria took them back and continued to nurture Lu Sheng. On the surface, it seemed like Victoria couldn't find a suitable foster daughter. But in reality, Lu Sheng had likely sacrificed her soul. She wasn't even worthy of being my opponent. I only needed to watch out for her losing her mind. I didn't expect that before the start of freshman year, Lu Sheng returned to Manhattan in New York. Ellie said Victoria had arranged a military-style boarding school for her. During her 3 years of high school, she shouldn't have had any chance to pick a fight with me. I breathed a sigh of relief. Although I had a detailed revenge plan, I needed to improve myself first. As the college entrance exams approached, Lu Sheng, who had been missing for 3 years, suddenly started following me. When I was alone, she rushed out and covered my mouth and nose with a handkerchief soaked in something. I was always on guard, carrying various antidotes with me. The drug she used was exactly what I had anticipated. But I wanted to eliminate this ticking time bomb before the exams. Therefore, I pretended to faint. She struggled to drag me to the car, rested for a few minutes, and then pushed me into the back seat. We arrived at an abandoned laboratory, where she dragged me inside, panting, and tied me to the laboratory table. She was nothing but a weakling. In that so-called boarding school, she was probably just wasting her time. Slap. She slapped me across the face. Her voice filled with hatred. Lu Di, open your eyes and look at who I am. I pretended not to know. You? Seeing the scar on her right cheek, I asked, what? Now that you have a scar? You're a defective product and coming after me? Lu Sheng flew into a rage. You're already my prisoner. What are you bragging about? Before I could respond, she suddenly fixed her gaze on me. How do you know that Mom thinks a stepdaughter with scars is defective? You're the one with issues. You're also reincarnated. No wonder you didn't choose Mom, you knew her preferences. You did this on purpose. You want me to die. In my previous life, she was so jealous of me that she stabbed me to death. How dare she blame me for not warning her that Victoria wasn't a good person in this life? I coldly mocked her. I think you escaped from a mental hospital. You can think of anything and say anything. I'm not. You're the one who reincarnated. No wonder I lost again. You were prepared in advance. All these years, you've treated me like a clown. Thankfully, I've been lying low for 3 years and finally have the chance to destroy you. I didn't reincarnate. You're the one with mental issues. Don't drag me into this. She screamed angrily. I'm not crazy. Don't you dare act like I am. As she spoke, she kicked me hard. Her smile dark and menacing, arrogant? Let's see how arrogant you are now. I remained unfazed. You don't think kicking me a few times and making me miss the college entrance exam is destroying my life? Do you? Upon hearing this, Lu Sheng pulled out her phone and started filming me. I'm not just making you miss the college entrance exam. I'm making you live stream an admission that you cheated on the middle school entrance exam and every single high school exam. You don't have the ability to be first place. I sneered. Are you really that stupid? This is live-streamed kidnapping. The whole world has evidence to send you to jail. As for my ability, even if I'm beaten into confessing that I cheated, as long as I have each subject teacher give me a custom exam and supervise me directly, a perfect score will prove it. You've been holding back for 3 years, and this is all you've got? Shut the fuck up. Why are you being so aggressive? Why? You're already Ellie's heir, why do you still make Mom think about you? Why? I continued to provoke her. It's not me forcing you. You're just a worthless piece of trash. You're the useless one. I'll stab you to death. Lu Sheng pulled out a knife and swung it toward my face. I dodged nimbly. Enraged, she kicked over the chair, straddled me, and stabbed straight for my throat. Fortunately, she was live streaming. I had already sent my location to Ellie. She could track my phone's GPS. Before I was injured, 2 officers arrived and quickly subdued her. This time, Victoria didn't help Lu Sheng. She had already turned 16 and was sentenced to prison. While in prison, she became mentally unstable and was sent back to a mental hospital. But she'll never escape this life. Lu Fengchang lost his only bargaining chip and was expelled from the Chui family. In his destitute state, he had considered searching for his mother. But Ellie would stop him and threaten him. In the end, he could only survive by begging. I didn't bother with him. I was too busy tormenting Victoria. And I intended to torment her for a long time. Until she lost everything and her mind broke.